Hey there, APhA-ASP chapter. To me, mental health is just a sense of well-being and a lack of feeling overwhelmed. I deal with stress better, I think, whenever I'm taking better care of myself, if I'm sleeping enough, exercising, getting outside, and when I do feel overwhelmed, if I take a step back and try to put whatever is stressing in perspective, that can be a big help.
Not to completely geek out on you all, but per CDC and other societies, mental health is emotional, psychological, social well-being.
So I was asked by APhA to talk about mental health and what it really means to me. So I kind of define my mental health as how I'm handling my everyday, day-to-day stresses. Some days are better than others, so it's kind of a continual process to kind of reflect on what happened and try to figure out the best way to make it better the next time I'm faced with that situation.
I'm so happy that I was asked to talk about mental health to you guys today. I was in your shoes not too long ago, and mental health is super important. And really, mental health is more than just your mood. It's your emotional, your psychological, your social health. It affects really everything: how you act, how you feel, how you think. Prioritizing mental health can be really hard for anyone, and even harder for hardworking pharmacy students like all of you guys.
What you all are going through right now, just pharmacy school without having anything else going on in your life, that's a highly stressful thing, as you know. Everything's going to seem worse and bigger during that stressful time.
To me, mental health means that you are in a place where you can allow yourself to celebrate things that bring you joy, that you're able to be passionate about the things that you care deeply for, but that you can cope in a healthy way with the things that stress you.
There is a huge amount of research that supports a role for exercise in brain health. You get an increase in neurotrophic factors, an increase in neurogenesis, or the birth of new neurons, growth of what we call the dendritic tree, dendrites, and the development of new synapses or synaptogenesis.
What can we do about it? There are multiple high quality evidence-based practices. The first and the foremost, of course, is exercise. There has been many studies, and there has been a big meta-analysis study recently published that shows very strong beneficial effects of regular exercise, even moderate amounts.
So for me, one thing that I try to do every day is some kind of physical activity. And with that comes all of the benefits, like an increased mood and that sense of well-being.
As student pharmacists, I think it's really important that you focus your time and your energy. You're a professional student, and that means that you have to devote the time that a professional athlete would to be successful. And there are so many things that are time vampires that take our time, and sometimes we don't even realize it. We're not aware how much time we spend, like on social media, or complaining about things that are outside our control, or worrying about problems rather than doing something actively to change our situation and make it better. I think that if you can get a handle on your time, that can give you a sense of where you might be able to make some changes. And one way to do that is to track and plan your time.
For me, I really made sure that I prioritized time in my schedule for some kind of relaxation. This helped me lower my stress, helped me improve my mental health. And really, this was both in school and even now in residency, first and second years. And this looked different, of course, depending on my mood and my schedule. For example, in pharmacy school, I would really try to preserve maybe 30 minutes before bed for something fun. So maybe I played a game on my phone, watched TV, colored a picture, whatever it was, just something to decompress before heading to bed for the day.
So number one on my list is to get organized. And when you are in a high stress time period, your overwhelmed brain is going to tell you don't have time to get organized. But that's a lie. Bad brain. I would encourage you to just take 30 minutes and make out an actual calendar, including everything from taking out the trash to studying for that exam you're dreading, to your work schedule, to petting the dog, or whatever else it is that you need to get done for the day or the week.
I hope you can see her right here. The next big thing is mindfulness meditation. Especially when times are uncertain, we worry a lot, and that takes a toll in the sense that that influences other regions and cause a vicious cycle of anxiety and worry. Mindfulness meditation is a practice where you seem to train your brain to move away from these rumination habits. Over a period of time, it seems to improve your concentration as well as reduce your chances of anxiety, becoming anxious or depression.
Another thing for me is having some time each day that I spend in prayer meditation, quieting my mind for a little bit.
I set aside time early in the morning to work on my faith, and then I exercise. Faith first and then I exercise. And personally, I have found that exercising to the point of exhaustion works best for me. It gives me an endorphin rush that happens like hours later, and it lasts all morning.
So I guess that would be my advice for a pharmacy student or any kind of student, is to find something that you can do every day, a habit that you can work into the end of your school day that allows you that decompressing time.
I also feel that I've been inspired by Jim Valvano, which during his famous speech at the ESPYs in 1993 said that you should laugh every day, you should think every day, and you should have your emotions move to tears. If you can do that, it's a full day. That's a heck of a day, is what Jim Valvano said.
Try to focus outwardly more. No navel gazing. Help someone else see their struggles. Notice people, come alongside them when you can, even if it's just to offer to text Dr. Mills on your behalf or invite them out for coffee or something. It actually makes a huge difference for that person, and you'll notice it makes a huge difference for you too.
And really, my big piece of advice is to stop thinking that you'll fix your mental health later. Later, when you're done with pharmacy school, when you're done with residency, it is something that's easy to push off to the next day, but it's really not something that can be caught up on. It's really hard to fix that later. It can really cause you to really crash and have that burnout.
Oh, bonus point, and you don't have to do this alone. Just know that you're surrounded by open doors here. Walk through them. Be kind to yourself and others.
The bottom line, I think it's helpful just to identify your why, your purpose, remember your goal, keep that in front of you whenever things get difficult, and they will at times, and that'll help keep driving you forward.
You got to make it a priority. There's no other way to describe it. Do not be afraid to ask for help. There's no reason to make it any more complicated than that.
Hope that helps a little bit. Thanks, guys.
I hope this was useful for you, and I look forward to seeing you around in the college soon. Bye bye.